All right, what's going on, everybody? This is the Q&A with Crypto Chase. I put out this tweet last week, and I'm very grateful for my community, but I feel like I spend many hours of the day answering the same questions. Many are of a similar nature. It has become a tad bit much lately. Is what it is, though. I'm glad to help out, but it can become somewhat repetitive. Anyway, I said I wanted to try to streamline this process a bit, and ask me any questions in the comments. So let's get started. This is really my first time looking through these, so let's see what we got. Straight off the bat from Trader Main, he says, rather than go through all your videos you worked hard on producing, I'll just ask you questions instead. Exactly. We appreciate that, Trader Main. Alright, look at this legend right here. This guy's got all the videos saved and shit. That's what we like to see. Okay, more on trading psychology and risk management with R multiples. I do go through your old videos, but so many of them have similar titles that it can be hard to find specifics. I can understand that. I can only talk about liquidity and name it so many different things, right? I can only talk about, trading psychology and whatnot and name it so many different things. If you do type in trading psychology, crypto chase, there should be at least 2 or 3 videos. I think it's like trading psychology with crypto chase. Check those out. If you've already checked those out and you still have questions, feel free to hit the DM and just tell me, hey, I watched all the 2 or the 3 old trading psychology videos and I had a question about XX and X, or whatever you want to say, and I'll try to give you a response. Appreciate you too, Cozy. I can only hope the good comments and decent people far outweigh the shit. I am incredibly grateful for all you do. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you. When Lambo? It's a good question. I guess during the next bull market, right? I don't know. I would rather have probably a 911 GT2 RS or GT3 RS or something. But yeah, Lambos are cool too. No problem. Lambos, Ferraris, Porsche, whatever you got, it's all good. Maybe you could tell us more about your journey as a trader, what resources you learn to get where you are today. Thanks a lot. I think what I can try to do is I could try to point out some of the videos to help answer these as we go. So, okay, this guy was asking about my journey. The journey you can find in this video right here, Trading Psychology with Chase NL. That was my old name. This video has my journey from start to finish, starting with a small loan of money and how I built up and whatnot. It's all in there. Let's see. What resources you use to learn? Honestly, a lot of it was just learned through experience, guys. I took a lot of beatings. I tested a lot of strategies, so to say. Some work, some don't. Some work better in bull markets, some work better in chop. The stuff that I teach every single week is the stuff that I use. So that's where I'm at today, and then I give it to you guys, and hopefully it helps. I think people think that there's some type of a magical book out there or something that's going to help them become a great trader. In my opinion, it's not like that. You can find some basics on technicals and stuff. Learn about liquidity, right? Go to the link tree in my bio. It's all free stuff. I know, because when people hear link tree, I feel like they feel like fucking people paying for stuff. But it's all free in there, and just learn about liquidity and how I talk about it. Go to the video liquidity in the daily time frame. Where is that? Liquidity in the daily time frame right here. I break it down. I break down impulse moves and stuff. This is all stuff that I use, and this is stuff that I've learned over the years. So check that stuff out. Not really a question, but something I still struggle with is navigating between time frames and having conflicting structures appearing before on, for example, 1 hour, daily, weekly time frames. Okay, well, if you're struggling with time frames, you need to ask yourself, what time frame are you taking the trade on, right? So if you're taking the time frame, or if you're taking the trade on a daily time frame, you should typically be looking for a daily target. If you're taking the trade on a 5-minute time frame, you can typically be looking towards a 5 or a 15-minute or a 1 hour target, right? You shouldn't be taking essentially a scalp off a 1 minute or a 5-minute time frame and think that it's just going to plow through hourly, 4 hour, daily, all the way up to like weekly resistance. Like that maybe every now and then that could happen, probably very rare, but you should work within the time frame that you're working on, right? So in my opinion, you start on either, high time frame, weekly, 3-day, daily. I prefer to just start on the daily, okay? Once again, one of the videos talks about this. It might be liquidity in the daily time frame. Again, that might be the video that covers the time frame breakdowns. But I start on the daily, I move down to the 4-hour, I move down to the 1 hour. I mark out my key levels. When I post to Twitter, I usually post the charts as simple as I can, and when I'm looking at them, they're even more simple because I remove a lot of the colored boxes and stuff. Most of that stuff is just to try to, show where I believe the resistance is and whatnot, and mostly I just keep the levels of liquidity on my chart, and then I break down to lower time frames. I find my entries using videos like in the link tree, it's called Learn a Simple Trade Setup. On YouTube, it's this one, A Gift from Me to You, a trading setup. Using stuff like this, right? And then, getting deeper into it, like using the 618 and the 705. That's stuff that I've shown you guys. Okay, so that's what I do. I don't have conflicting time frames because I'm trading on the time frame that I'm interested in. I'm not worried about if the weekly chart is bullish, but the intraday is bearish. I don't care about the intraday if I'm taking a weekly trade. I probably have a 3 or a 4 risk reward on a swing trade or something. And there's probably a lot of room on it on a weekly trade, right? So time frame conflict, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't affect my trading because that's not how I use time frames. How many sips of water do you take during a video? We're currently at 2 for this one. I would guess on average, 6, 7. I don't know why. I've always drank a lot of water for many years now. I appreciate you, Chase. Thank you. Appreciate you too. One question I have is whether HTF market structure break is a change in trend or just a liquidity sweep. Below is SPX, not asking for up or down, but more of your thoughts whether you see this as a high time frame market structure break or just a liquidity grab. Assume SPX goes to 38.50 for MSB. Okay, it's not my chart, so I'll try to look at this and figure it out. Okay, so you're saying assume SPX goes to 38.50 for MSB. Okay, so you have a high here, you have a low here. The next time you have a new high made is here. And this was the low before that. High, low, high. So until you break this low, there's no market structure break, right? So you're saying assume it goes to 38.50 for market structure break. Okay, so we're at 38.50. This is now market structure break. Okay, so is it a liquidity sweep or is it a change in trend? Well, I think there's a lot of things to think about here. If this continued to chop in here, hopefully you could see my mouse. If you can't, then I'm sorry. But hopefully if this continued to chop in here and it created like equal lows, right? If we had a low here, we had a low here, and then you have sort of a demand level here and an impulse candle, I could see that as a potential liquidity sweep and then move back up. Now, if it just crashes below the lows, right? If it just breaks below the lows, clean break, and it's just consolidating down below the lows, to me, that's when I probably start looking and saying, okay, well, let me fib from like here to here. Let me look at this whole leg. Where's the 618? Where's the 705? Is there resistance there? Maybe the resistance is like this impulse move, flipping from support into resistance, if you're catching along. And then that's when I would look to take a market structure break trade, which would be a short off that level, stop above there. Okay, hopefully that's helpful. I have 0 experience in TA and I want to start learning like I'm 5. What, where, and how do you recommend I begin? And how long does it usually take for one to get past the beginner phase and march into a more intermediate zone and able to take trades or be able to take trades slowly from A to Z? Okay, you have 0 experience. You want to start learning like you're 5. I guess you could go to like Baby Pips, or you could go to right here, this guy, Crypto Cred. He has a good YouTube of like a lot of beginner material. I'm sure he also does more intermediate and advanced material too, but I know he has one of like the best like courses, so to say, and it's all free stuff. So check out Crypto Cred. How long does it take to one get past the beginner stage? I don't know, a few years, 2 years maybe, I would guess, unless you're like a, some type of a prodigy maybe. Yeah, it'd probably take like, so start with Crypto Cred stuff. Also look at, obviously you could look at my stuff, Trader Main, Trader SZ, Trader XO. These guys are typically my go-tos when I'm, interested in market content that's not my own. I guess that's it. Cred trolling me, up or down? How do I know if SR will hold? How much leverage do you use? What are the good coins to hold for long term? Favorite indicator? Why did you draw that box and not another box? Yeah, exactly. This is like 70% of the questions in a nutshell. I can appreciate the more advanced questions, like this guy did right here, and hopefully I did a decent job of answering it. But yeah, a lot of the questions are just like this every single day, same shit over and over again. Love your content. Thanks for everything. Thank you. When Moon? I don't know. A couple years. I don't know. We'll have to see how the macro plays out going into 2023. Thanks for the effort. You're welcome. Trade it. The issue is half the people won't watch the video and want to be spoon-fed. Yeah, that's pretty much right. Looking like another troll. Hello, brother. I've been following your tweets and your subs are very informative. Do you have any educational links? Grasp these concepts? Yes, I do. Yeah, Kingpin's just trolling, but it's all here. How much did you start with? Where do you get the money from? My whole story's in here if you want to hear more about that. I got the money from a friend. Sound like a loan from a friend or something. Honestly, it's like, I don't know. This was like early 2017, and I had like basically nothing to my name. I don't know if it was 1,500 or if it was 2,500. I don't know. It's been a couple crazy years in the crypto space. This year definitely one of the more crazy ones. But I mean, you guys weren't around, or some of you guys weren't around for the early days of Ether Delta and all the ICO craziness and people selling their exchange accounts because crypto was so like sought after, and exchanges like shut down because they couldn't handle the signups. Like, it was nuts, man. It's just been a crazy couple of years. But if you really want to hear my story more in depth, it's in this video right here. Yep. Thanks, Ragabones. Is the mini S&P tradable on Prime XBT? Yes, it is. It's all in this video right here. I talk about Prime XBT, SP500, ES, where else you could trade ES. I talk about everything in there. It's always sub-rogue, of course. Are you WoW, Original Dota, Warcraft 3 fan? All three. WoW player, played Original Dota, played Dota 2 as well, and played some Warcraft 3, although I didn't really play the base game of Warcraft 3. I've more played Dota on there and some other games I have a hard time remembering, but stuff like Footman Frenzy and Marana, Pudge Wars, like all different stuff like that. Tower defenses, green tower defenses. Can't thank you enough. You're welcome. Yeah, the chat bot. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that lately. You're welcome. How do we know which way the market will move, and how do we know which demand zone will hold? We don't. We don't know which way the market will move. We never know. As much as people, see me draw a couple lines, and every now and then I get it right, and they say, "Oh, crystal ball" and all that stuff. I'm just using the basics of liquidity and support and resistance, and basically mapping out what I feel is how people's stops are going to get ran, right? If you want the most important piece of information, it's, in my opinion, where are the stops and how will we run them, and then where will we essentially go to on the other side once the stops have been ran and the big player who wanted all his fills got his fills. where is he going to distribute the fills on the other side. So his bids, where is he going to set his asks? It's probably going to usually be on the other side of liquidity or at a major high time frame resistance level. Okay. No question. Just want to say thanks for all your hard work. How do you find the time and energy put in the effort? Yeah, you're welcome. Papa Petey, you got it, man. One sec. Your P&L or percent return for the year just vaguely is fine. I think that crypto P&L is like not irrelevant to trading P&L. It's sort of like a different thing almost. If you're a pure trader, then I suppose anywhere between, and these aren't my numbers. I'm not going to give my numbers. I feel like that's sort of weird. But if you're a pure trader, right, I feel like somewhere between 30% and I don't know, and 2 timesing your portfolio per year is good. But the thing about crypto is that it's like what about like when AVAX went like 4 times and I rode like the whole thing. I had threads called like AVAX the road to 100 starting at like $30 and it went to like $150 or something. Like those returns are not realistic in non-bull markets where like everything's just going 4x, 5x. So if I said, oh, my return for the year was, again, I'm just making up a number, but if I said my return for the year was 70x or a 70,000% gain, something like that, it's ridiculous. That's not even probably possible to a normal trader unless you're like the best trader in the world. If you read like the Market Wizards books, again, I don't think there's anything helpful in there to really make you a better trader necessarily, but I think you hear a lot of people saying about how they, forget the numbers, man, 30%, 50% a year, like stuff like that is good. But yeah, again, the problem with me is that my shit all mixes together, and I don't care enough to like mark out exactly what I make, and you guys know that about me. I've never been, I've always just been about being comfortable. I'm not concerned about, being, super rich or having 50 or $100 million. Don't get me wrong, I want it, but for the way I focus on trading, it's keeping myself comfortable and that I don't get burnt out. And I've been doing this straight for, since early 2017, even the beginning or middle of 2016, when I started, dabbling in it. It's never been about just getting rich quick, and that's one of the reasons why I'm still here, to be honest, because everyone tries to get rich quick, and then they get, they fall into traps like Luna or whatever else you want to say, and it is what it is. So as far as percentage return, I've never tracked it for myself. I just do crypto every year and a mix of, ES futures trading and whatnot, and whatever it is at the end of the year is what it is. And if the number keeps going up on my overall net, then I'm happy. I really don't give a shit, and I don't make it so that I don't ever set like any arbitrary goals, because if the price action's not good to trade, or if I don't feel like trading, I'm not going to look at an arbitrary goal or percentage and say, oh, I need to hit this number. All it's going to do is make me lose trades. When I'm in the zone and I'm hitting trades, I post a lot on Twitter. You guys see the wins coming. You see me predicting the shit ahead of time. And when I'm not feeling it, I'm a little more quiet. I take less trades. It's as simple as that. Here's my question for you, Chase. If your net worth was your social security number, good one. Appreciate you. Yeah, you too. Talk a bit about stops. Like, do you use hard stops? Yeah, most of the time I use a hard stop. If I ever pull a stop, it's probably, which I really don't do anymore, but when I used to do it, it would be just a lack of discipline or a lack of willingness to accept the loss. I don't think you need to sit in front of the chart while the trade is open unless you're strictly monitoring a intraday low time frame entry, where you may want to cut early. Stop losses in general, they should just be where your invalidation is, and most likely they should be hard stops. People make too much of where the perfect stop loss is. I'll give you a tip. Stop putting your stops above or below like obvious wicks. Those get hunted. It's as simple as that. That's liquidity. That's, a major part of my strategy. You're welcome, guys. Thanks for all the kind words. Gallons of water. I don't know. Maybe like 8 bottles worth. Like Poland Spring size bottles or something. I don't know. Maybe a little more. 8 to 10. I probably drink a little too much, honestly, but it is what it is. I don't know. Thirsty. Where did you study and find most of the information about the market and TA before reaching your current level of knowledge? I fucked around on crypto Twitter. I fucked around in Discords and Telegrams and watched random YouTube shit and years of experience and learning and beatdowns and wins, and it all adds up, right? It's like, LeBron, I'm not saying I'm LeBron, but LeBron doesn't become like a professional basketball player, in overnight, right? The guy had to first step onto the court. Someone had to hand him a ball first. He had to trip over the ball. He had to miss shots. Like, you got to take your shots, right? If you don't take your shots, you're not going to grow, you're not going to learn, and you're not going to improve. Great video and content question. The stop seems to have taken with the recent low. I'm not going to... I don't even sort of remember what trade you're talking about here. It's 16675. Oh yeah, like didn't full sweep, right? Yeah, I mean, hey, sometimes. Oh no, yeah, it swept. It was just very minor. Yeah, sometimes shit happens, right? It is what it is. I was waiting for the 618, just like we got here, right? So look at this 618 tag right there. And I was waiting for the same thing on this leg. There, I was just waiting for this, that's all. So just like this came down and tagged here, I was waiting for this to come down and tag this. Slightly front run. It is what it is, no big deal. I miss trades all the time. It's a part of the game. Why is ES1 delayed on the trading view? Because you got to pay like $50 a year. You got to subscribe to the CME data. Writing materials that you read, I honestly didn't read that much. I would occasionally listen to the Market Wizards books just to go to sleep, to fall asleep. Because I don't know, my interests vary from time to time, and if I don't have a David Goggins book or something to listen to before I go to sleep, you guys can tell I'm probably big on discipline and whatnot. Don't read that much, honestly. So again, the answer to markets is not in books. It's within you. It's on the chart. Just start trading. Go to my pinned post on my Twitter. There it is. You guys all have analysis paralysis, or you have fear, or you're closing early. You gotta practice more. You gotta trade more. This is it right here. This is the answer to all your problems, pretty much all of you. Just fucking trade. Stop thinking that there's some type of a special way for you to never lose money, or some special way that you're gonna become rich overnight. You're not. It doesn't exist. Just start trading and you'll get better. Is there anything one can do to be more disciplined in trading? Yeah, just be disciplined. It's just like fucking, is there anything someone can do to not be fat? Yeah, just go to the gym. Just take a walk every day. Eat healthy. Be disciplined. It's not, it's not that difficult. I guess it is that difficult because people struggle with it every single day. But that's not something I personally struggle with. I look at all the things that I've been given and all the opportunities I've been given, and I was raised in a good life. And for me to squander that would be ridiculous. I don't need to eat shitty food. I work out, 2 or 3 times a week. It makes me feel good. It keeps me in shape. It makes my brain feel good. I take out my energy there, blah, blah, blah. I'm in good shape. I take care of those around me. Discipline. It's all that, right? It's about yeah, it's just about, being be a person that you can be proud of. If you are sitting there and you're completely undisciplined in your trades and you're losing more money than you should be, and you're acting a fool, whatever you want to say, you're acting like an ass. That's not something to be proud of. That's something to say, hey, you're being a bitch. You're acting like a bitch. Start taking care of yourself. Start taking care of your money, and take your life seriously. I don't care about alts at the moment. Sorry. Check out the video library. Yeah, pretty much. What percentage of your portfolio are you risking on swing trades versus scalps intraday? Also, does conviction of certain trades play a big role in your sizing? Swing trades typically 1 to 2%, occasionally 2.5%. Intraday scalps usually 0.5 to 1%. Conviction doesn't usually play a huge role. Most of the time I stay around the same size. I've found that a lot of the times when I'm overconfident, and often, especially with the echo chamber that crypto Twitter can become sometimes you'll feel overconfident and you know where price is going. Every now and then that can bite you in the ass. So I may tweak it by like 0.25%, right? So like if I'm really confident about a scalp, I may go from 0.5% to 0.75 or something of that nature, but I'm not like triple sizing or anything crazy like that. No. It's basically all relatively the same. There are amounts that I'm comfortable with. When I see the loss hit the screen, doesn't upset me at all. I go on about my day. I look for one more trade. If I get stopped out again, I usually call it for the day. That's it. 2-3 stops out, 2-3 stop outs. That's it for the day. 100%. Usually 2 for me. And that's it. Why? Because if I'm not reading the price action correctly, why am I going to keep going? I'll come back after market closes. I'll take a look, maybe journal a tiny bit. I don't do a ton of journaling, but I'll journal a tiny bit and try to figure out where I went wrong. And I'll try to do better the next day. That's it. Okay, let's see what's next. Tips to incorporate a long position and short position with minimum risk. I don't know. That sounds like a pretty foolish question, to be honest. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. There's no such thing as minimum risk. Risk is subjective to every single person. For some person, $100 risk could, mean they're not going to be able to make rent for the month. And for some people, they can risk $100,000 or $1 million in a day, and it doesn't mean shit to them. So I don't even know what minimum risk means. What you can do is you can aim for 2 to 3 risk reward. That's typically a good beginner to intermediate place to start, and you tweak it as you feel necessary. Hey, how hard is it for a casual home trader to compete without advanced software? You don't need any software or anything. You just need the chart and maybe a couple decent hotkeys or something if you really get into intraday trading to get in and out quickly. But you don't need any special software, or you don't need to pay for anything, or you don't need any fucking heat maps or anything. All you need is the chart. Yeah, thanks Toastlap. Thanks Toastlap. Your best trade. I like my COVID trade. A lot of people didn't believe that the whole COVID thing was coming, and while unfortunately, like in the movie The Big Short, when he's saying don't dance, hold on, I gotta blow my nose. He's saying don't dance. If this trade works out, millions of people are gonna lose their jobs and their homes, and sort of reminds me of that, right? Like it was probably one of my biggest gains were my SPY puts, because of COVID and how confident I was that COVID was going to, fuck everything up. But unfortunately, since I was right, it also brought a lot of pain. So one of my best trades, but also unfortunate for the world. What do you eat for breakfast? Usually eggs, organic pasture raised eggs. Usually everything, pretty much everything I eat is organic and whatnot, and it's mostly eggs, some sprouted grain bread, put some ham and cheese on there sometimes. It's sort of like a breakfast sandwich, stuff like that. No questions, just moral support. Keep it up. Yeah, thank you. How's your day going? Going as good as it can, I suppose. I'm in the process of trying to fix my sleep schedule a little bit, so my days are a little longer than usual because I'm trying to stay awake as long as I can to sort of wrap it around. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself. I'm looking forward to, I guess, the holidays, so to say. I got some cool things for some family members, and yeah, it's life is going good. I can't complain. You always want more, but there's also there's you should also be content with what you've worked for and how far you've come, right? So the day is good. It can always be better, but we are content at the moment. How much time do you think a macro environment in crypto is going to take? Macro good, so like a bullish environment, new macro bull. I've talked about this before. New macro bull. This is what I like to do when I really think about this shit. Is I just look at it and just what I think is gonna happen. 2024 maybe macro bull. If you followed my mouse, you might know a little bit of what I was thinking, but I'm not gonna draw it out. It is what it is. There's a lot of information regarding crypto trading, and I'm unsure where to find resources to learn from. The basics. Again, you can go to Baby Pips, you can go to Crypto Cred, his content. Go to my content, Trader SZ, Trader XO, Trader Main. A lot of those guys put out good content every single week. What do you think of ETH in regard to the fact that it's above the June low? And what high time frame levels interest you? I'm thinking 750 area. What do I think about ETH? I don't know. ETH is a weird one. I guess what I think about ETH on a high time frame is that if we sweep this low and we reclaim that low, then that's the start of your macro bull for a bit. At least get back into here or something. Get back into like 2,800. I'd be looking for something like that, I suppose. It's pretty simple, right? You don't necessarily need to even snipe a bottom. You can just wait for the sweep, wait for the reclaim of the low, and then that's, as long as this doesn't flip back to resistance, that'd be bad. But if you get that sweep, you get that support, and it breaks through that high, you can probably stop below there and look towards up in there, would be my guess. Again, I'm not concerned with this stuff at the moment, guys. I'm mostly day-to-day trader. When I see opportunity with this shit, I'll talk about it. But for now, I don't really care. Thanks for doing this. I appreciate your effort in putting out all the trades. Let's say a scenario where I'm starting with $3,000. What should be my ideal leverage in trading BTC, and how many trades should I take? What is the estimated profit I could get after 100 trades? I mean, this is a good question to end on, and I think I tagged credit on it because, this is just a comical question, right? Use the leverage that you need to reduce counterparty risk. How many trades should you take? I have no idea. As many as you want, as many as you don't want, that's up to you. What is the estimated profit I could get after 100 trades? Billions of dollars, or literally negative all your money. Who knows? I don't know what you'll make. Okay, so that's the Q&A with Crypto Chase. Thanks for tuning in. Like and retweet is appreciated. Sponsored by Prime XBT. You can see them at the bottom of the screen where you can trade crypto and ES. It's SP500 on there. As always, comments and questions, anything you want, that's all appreciated. Glad to talk to you guys, glad to hear from you guys, and I will catch you next week. Peace out.